Welcome to another video in our series Commissioning a variTRON system. My name is Manfred Schleicher. I work at JUMO as a technical trainer, and today I want to introduce you to the JUMO Web Cockpit. Here we go. The JUMO Web Cockpit is a web application that is available in every variTRON system. The Web Cockpit offers you diagnostic options and allows you to access in the control system. You can also modify the configuration and have many other options. Here is a brief introduction to this web application. To access the Web Cockpit, enter the IP address of the CPU, followed by a colon and the port number 8090. Then log in with the factory default master password 9200. Here you can see the main menu of the Web Cockpit. I will now show you the important options available in the respective submenus. You can get an overview of your system in Device Info. Here you can identify the system in which you are connected by, for example, the system name and the production number. You can also see, for example, which firmware your variTRON system has. You can view the system status here. From here you can also influence the status by, for example, restarting the system. Here you can see, among other things, the IP address of the LAN interface. The data store gateway transfers registered data to the data store. Here you can see its status, and you can also delete registered data in the system. The cloud gateway transfers measured values to the cloud. You can see the status of the gateway here. The next main menu is Events. Here you can open the event list, which is also available to you in the visualization when using the template. The alarm list shows you active alarms. This is also the same list as in the visualization. You must always configure the variTRON system first using Smartware Setup. However, subsequent configuration changes can also be made using the Web Cockpit. For example, if you want to set an offset for analog input 1 of the controller module, you can do this under Configuration. Go to System Bus, in the first input of the controller module, and set the offset accordingly. The changes are transferred from the respective submenu to the system. You can make extensive configuration changes in the Web Cockpit. As an example, I will show you how you can change the device name. Or here you can set the date and time. Another main menu is Service. Here you can do the user management. Users are assigned rights based on roles, which you can edit here. As an example, I will create a user here and assign them administration rights via the corresponding role. The user has been created. I can also delete the user in this view. Here I am back in the main service menu. Imagine you have created a configuration with Smartware Setup variTRON and want to transfer it to your variTRON system via the Web Cockpit. You can do this by selecting the export function of the opened configuration in Smartware Setup variTRON in the main menu Data Transfer. This creates a configuration file with the extension JCF, which you can transfer to the variTRON system here. I'll show you how. It also works the other way around. You can load the configuration from the system, which will also give you the file with the extension GCF. In Smartware Setup, you can then open this file under Data Transfer Import. You can then edit it in Smartware Setup. The variTRON systems contain functions that are not enabled by default. You can order these at the same time or enable them later in the Web Cockpit here. All enabled functions are highlighted in color here. If you want to activate a function, select it here. Generate a request file and send it to your JUMO contact person. JUMO will generate a response file for you. Once you have received and inserted this file here, the function will be activated. If new firmware is available for a CPU such as variTRON 500, it can be transferred to the system here. However, never transfer new firmware to a configured system without consulting us first. Further modifications are very likely to be necessary for the application. The log list is intended for programmers and provides extensive diagnostic options. To enable our engineering staff to perform diagnostics, download an extended log list from the system here and make it available to JUMO. I hope you now have a brief overview of the JUMO Web Cockpit.